Hey guys, this is What If here. I just want to talk about the 2017 Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series race at Las Vegas. And honestly, I was a little bit scared going into talking about this race because for the most part, there wasn't a whole hell of a lot to say. I mean, if anybody was following my Twitter, I really was just. I just was saying, like, just clean air was God, and it really was. Like, whoever got the lead, nobody could pass the lead or anything. And the racing itself was so mediocre, average, just like you may have one or two cars potentially maybe passing somebody. Like there was one point in the race where there was a three-car battle for 10th. It happened like once in like an entire 80 lap stage, but it was just so it was bad. It was just like it feels like 2015 all over again with the racing package they had. But it's first and second stage were kind of like that. I mean, we had Corey LaJoie being a scrub, which is nothing new. I'm not really. I don't even know if it was his fault or what, but he's been wrecking in every single race so far. I mean, he hasn't even got through stage one and he's already wrecked. So he's basically a field filler at this point. To everybody's surprise, including mine, Harvick blew a tire, hit the outside wall. Pretty surprising. I didn't expect that from Harvick in that team because they're so damn good. Then there was maybe another tire incident that I can't think of. So I'm almost forgetting about this race already. But Truex won the first two stages. Overall, those two stages, because you could basically clump it into one. It's just not a whole lot happened. Clean air was just so dominant. There was some passing, but very, very small amount. I think the Xfinity series, to my amazement, I think had more, passing and whatnot in the field. So that's crazy, very crazy. The only thing that I can say that was good about the first two stages was like there was a little bit of pit strategy. Like that's about it. I mean, it helped, but I mean it doesn't. It didn't really change. I mean, it was something. The very by the end of the first stage, with like 10 to go or something, we had two people up at the front that took either no tires and two tires. Logano took none; he just stayed out, and McMurray took two, so they were on the front row. And in 7 laps, Logano went from like first to like 18th, so he dropped like a rock. I mean, putting my hatred of Logano to the side and just looking at it as it is just so. It was a dumb fucking call. Like they lost ground for that. Like I don't know why they thought that would help. But McMurray makes somewhat sort of sense because he did take two tires and he actually managed to gain more spots than he was originally, which I think might have been 11th. He finished 6th. So there was that. Stage 2 kind of had the same kind of thing, but that was it. That was like the only good thing, and that was only like a small portion of that little bit. So I mean it's something. I mean, not a whole lot. That's. And then we get to the last stage where it was interesting again to see pit strategy. Like Johnson try to doing his thing and didn't work out, but it was cute. It was nice try, but honestly, like it was kind of shaken up to be like once Danica blew up, and then we had like those 10 laps to go. For the most part, with like 8 of those 10 like last laps or whatever, just I was like, okay, Brad's gonna win it, which I would have been okay with because I don't mind Brad. But on the time interval, I was noticing the gap getting smaller and smaller for Brad's lead. Like it was like from 8/10 and then went to 6th, and then went to half a second, then 4/10, and then the camera and the camera shifts, and then it's like, freaking Truex is right there. And that's like my one legitimate like criticism is like, why didn't Fox cover this much sooner? Because I was looking at that interval and they didn't show it for like good like 2 laps. So I'm really surprised with that. They should have paid more attention to that. So they dropped the ball on that because they could have hyped that up and made it super interesting, because it was pretty goddamn shocking because all of a sudden Brad's losing ground and something's wrong with his car, and here comes Truex, and Brad's dropping off the pace massively. I mean, massively. And Kyle Busch and Joey Logano are like side by side. Brad's on the outside. Kyle makes a move to not destroy Brad, and he kind of gets into Logano a little bit. And either Logano got loose, or people are saying he intentionally turned right into Kyle and dumped him, or whatever. Kyle spins, Truex wins. Brad, I don't know where he finished, but those last like 2 laps blew my mind. That blew my mind. But what exploded my mind was the little brawl that Kyle and Logano had. Now, at first, when I was watching on TV, I took it as if like the pit crew guys were being overly protective, and they were just like holding him back to such a ridiculous extreme. But watching Jeff Gluck's point of view of the whole thing, you just see Kyle Busch just storming up to Logano, punching him in the face, and then the pit crew step in and stuff, and I don't know how he got the bloody forehead. I don't know if Logano ended up hitting him or the pit crew guys did it. I have no real clue, but it was funny. And then Logano's like interviewing stuff. The guy's like, any altercation? Did you get hit? He's like, nothing happened to me. Like, nothing at all. It's like, but Logano, I watched the fucking video. Like, you obviously got hit. Like, are you that fucking stupid that you don't know when you get punched in the face? Or is it that like the camera angle that I saw looked like as if he got punched? Or I don't know, because at that angle, it could be interpreted as being hit. But if he truly did get hit, then why the hell is he lying about it? Is he that damn dumb, or is he trying to play it off? I don't know. It's such a weird position for me, because I equally hate both. I hate Logano more, but I hate both. It's in the same spectrum, and I can look at this with a very unbiased eye, because why would I sugarcoat anything or even do that? I mean, I never sugarcoat anything to begin with, but basically what it looked like was like it was nobody's fault. It looked like a racing sort of deal. Now, I could be wrong. Logano maybe dumped him, which wouldn't surprise me because he's done it before in like the Xfinity race and one Daytona 1 in like 2013, 2014 or something, where he just randomly dumped somebody in the back of the field for a position. So, and the Auto Club thing. So I mean, it doesn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if I was looking at it wrong or something. But to me, it looked like a racing sort of deal. Like, if Logano thought Kyle got into him intentionally or something, it's like, why would Logano think that? If he did, then he's dumb, because like Brad was going so slow in the backstretch, he was losing so much speed, and they were side by side already. Like, Kyle had to make a move or do something, because if he was going to stand his ground, he was going to run over Brad and wreck himself and Brad. So I mean, Kyle did what he had to do there. There was nothing wrong with that, and because of that, they made slight contact, but it wasn't anything malicious. And then you had Kyle, or you can say that Logano or whatever turned Kyle or got loose and got him. I don't know, honestly, but it's but Kyle immediately thinking like Kyle being fucking Kyle, it's he doesn't use his fucking head, and because of that his freaking brain started bleeding. But yeah, Kyle just storms in, punches Logano, and then all this sort of nonsense happened, which honestly is the most interesting part of the entire race, which is all that stuff going on, because the whole race was absolutely fucking boring. Like, it was complete middle of the road, 5 out of 10. Maybe the finish would be a little bit interesting, maybe a 6, but this incident, this brawl, and overall the whole thing, yeah, it jumped out to a 7 out of 10. This track should not be fucking raced 2 times a year next season. I don't know why the fuck they're doing it. They're going to get rid of New Hampshire, which is good because I hate New Hampshire. I'm not saying I want it to change or anything, because I think for the modified and stuff is amazing. So I think New Hampshire should stay as it is, but yeah, that's good. But really, Vegas, we're going to have another one here? Oh my god. Like, they don't always have super insane finishes like that. So I mean, I don't know. But Kyle, like the whole Kyle freaking Joey thing, it's funny. It's funny because like Kyle it's so ignorantly and just stupidly just barges in, punches him, doesn't even talk to him, and all this sort of shit. Like why? I understand the pit crew freaking holding the back and doing what they had to do, because like, yeah, it makes sense now. I thought they were just being overprotective for the hell of it, but yeah, it's stupid for Kyle to jump to conclusions like that and do that. Like, at least try to talk it out or something. Like, as much as I hate Logano, I think Logano was more in the right for once in his damn career than in any sort of situation I might have ever seen him in. And for me to admit that is already scary in itself. But I gotta look at it in a bias. Like, it's just it just seemed like a racing sort of deal, and Kyle just freaking overreacted. So, yeah. But then again, even if I try to defend Logano, he has to sit there and be like, "Oh, I didn't get hit," and then in the video he clearly shows him getting punched in the fucking face. So I was like, "What? God damn it, Logano! Even when I try to defend you, you have to say something and lie, like, for no reason. If that's the case, I don't know. Anyways, very mediocre. Like, overall, my general thoughts. Overall, mediocre race. Would have been a 5 out of 10 easy for me. But that finish itself and that crazy altercation bumped it up 2 points, so it went to a 7 out of 10. Overall, this package either just, I don't know. It's not been as promising, which is weird. I thought it would, but the last 10 laps were the most interesting part. If you want to, like, do a highlights thing or anything for anybody, because I know there's channels out there that do like rec montage and stuff, but it's like, if people want to do like a complete like highlights thing, all they really need to do is show Corey LaJoie being an idiot, show Truex winning the first stage, and then second stage show Truex winning the second stage and whoever blew a tire again, like Harvick, and then have Danica blowing up, and then that last restart, and then the fight. That's it. That's about it. Almost all on one hand, I think. I don't know, but yeah, that was alright. We'll see what Phoenix brings. I'm not looking too forward to that. I'm thinking for another mediocre race. Maybe I'll be surprised. Who knows? But Vegas overall just freaking mediocre. But those last 10 laps and that post race stuff, that was worth watching all that time. So no BS cautions, no stupid debris cautions. They had cautions that made sense, so they were good on that. So they're in the right direction of just letting races kind of play out more with not throwing out cautions for no fucking reason. So, yeah, 7 out of 10, believe it or not. I don't know. Anyways, that's it. That's all I want to talk about. I know I'm getting rambly, but I'm tired. It's like almost midnight. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all later, and as always, have a good day, everyone.